My name is Tervinraj Analaki Morgan from class DAD4A. My card metric number is 01DAD19F 2020. Today I'm going to explain about internal combustion engine. Okay, the content is swirl and turbulence. Swirl, swirl chamber are spherical ca- cavities located in the cylinder head and separate from the engine cylinder by a tangential throat. About 50% of air enters in the swirl chamber during the compression stroke of engine, producing a swirl. After combustion, the product returns through the same throat to the main cylinder at much higher velocity. So more heat is lost to the wall of the passage. This type of chamber finds application in the engine in which fuel control and engine stability are more important than the fuel economy. Swirl greatly and change the mixing of the air and the fuel to give a homogeneous mixture in the very short time available for this in the modern high-speed engines. It is also a main mechanism for very rapid spreading of the flame front during the combustion process. The swirl motion of flow in the combustion chamber of a diesel engine. Swirl used to describe circulation about the axis aligned with the cylinder. The intake port at the top provide the tangential component, the flow necessary for swirl.
My name is Vishnutas Analaki Gunalan from DAD4A. My metric number is 01DAD19 F2023. Okay, I'm going to continue the paragraph. The swirl chamber injection produced a very soft combustion. The engine runs comparatively quietly. In the 1990s, some car manufacturers had stuck to the vortex chamber technology for a relatively long time because at the time it represented the best compromise in terms of noise development, exhaust emission, and consumption, and it would have incurred disproportionate cost to adopt a direct injection engine in this regard. The rotational movement of the approaching discuss the approximately the cylinder hub because it enters the combustion chamber on a two-valve head is decided by admission valve's position relative to the bore hub, the chamber shape around the intake, and any helix within an acceptance track. 12 is maximized by paying caution consideration to a wedge head's valve position. Think of wheel in an IC motor just like the vortex created by a flushing latrine. Will bought to continuously be in one course, 12 that changes heading at diverse sum of valve lift leads to unsteady combustion, requires more start lead and dimension of limited control potential. Optimized swivel pot heads now and then stream less discuss on a stream seat, but still abdicate quanti- quantifiable control picks up on a running engine. Okay, the next slide my friend will explain. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ruthiran from DAD4A. I'm going to talk about improved swirl chamber. To address the problem that the extensions of small vortex at the lower end outside the traditional cylindrical swirl chamber is disadvantageous to the mixing of fuel oil and air. This paper proposed a new type of swirl chamber structure. The airflow, once access to the swirl chamber, will rise along the bevel as well to perform a regular vortex, and the bevel is parallel to the interface channel, not approximated to tangency. This is prevented the air flow from causing intense impact to the bevel wants access to the chamber. The diagram shows the improved filled chamber, the diagram below. So we'll go to the next slide about turbulence. We will explain about turbulence in the next slide. Turbulence in a cylinder is high during intake but then decreases as the flow rate slows near BDC. BDC, which means bottom dead center. It increased again during the compression as swirl, squeeze and tumble increase near TDC, top dead center. Swirl makes turbulence more homogeneous throughout the cylinder. The high turbulence near TDC, top dead center, when ignition occurs is very desirable for combustion. It breaks up and spreads the flame front many times faster than that of a laminar flame. The air flow is consumed in a very short time, and self-ignition and knocked are avoided. Local flame speed depends on the turbulence immediately in front of the flame. This turbulence is enhanced by the expansion of the cylinder gases during the combustion process. The shape of the combustion chamber is extremely important in generating maximum turbulence and increasing the desired rapid combustion. The next slide my friend will explain to you. Thank you.
Hello guys, I'm Kaliyarisu son of Gunasekharan. Now my point is, due to the high velocity involved, all flow into, out of and within engine cylinder are turbulence flow. The exception to this are those flow in the corners and small crevices. Crevices of the combustion chamber where the close proximity of the wall damps out turbulence. As a result of turbulence, the thermodynamic transfer rate within an engine are increased by an order of magnitude. When flow is turbulent, particles experience random fluctuations in motion superimposed on their main bulk velocity. These fluctuations occur in all directions, perpendicular to the flow and in the flow direction. This makes it impossible to predict the exact flow condition at any given time and position. There are many levels of turbulence within an engine. Large-scale turbulence occur with eddies on the order of the size of the flow passage, example valve opening, diameter of intake runner, height of clearance volume, etc. and William W. Pulkrabik. So we are going to go next slide. Now I am going to explain about turbulence chamber. The turbulence chamber is similar in appearance to the pre-combustion chamber, but its function is different. There is very little clearance between the top of the piston and the head. So a high percentage of the air between the piston and cylinder head is forced into the turbulence chamber during the compression stroke. The chamber is usually spherical and the small opening through which the air must pass causes an increase in the air velocity as it enters the chamber. This turbulence speed is about 50 times crankshaft speed. The fuel injection is timed to occur when the turbulence in the chamber is greatest. This ensures a true mixing of the fuel and air, causing the greater part of combustion to take place in the turbulence chamber. The pressure created by the expansion of the burning gases is the force that drives the piston downward on the power stroke. Finally, me and my team end the presentation right now. Thank you for your time, guys.